Hello everyone, in today's video, we are going to capture 4.6 billion years of history in just few minutes. Yes, you heard that right. We will begin with the birth of Earth. We will see how the world was formed from fire, lava and collisions. Then we will come to the dinosaur and their mysterious end. After that, the story of mammals will begin. Starting from tiny mammals, we will see the first glimpse of early human, the Homo sapiens and their long journey from Africa to whole world. And finally, we will reach the lap of the Indus Valley where the secrets is hidden from remains unsolved by the world even today. On Earth 1.5 billion years ago, in a world where is there no sign of life, an Earth that was completely different, entirely beyond what it is today. Then the earth was like a boiling walls of fire, volcanic explosions kept happening everywhere. Rivers of lava used to flow and the sky remained surrounded by smoke and ash. There was no rain, no oceans, no trees, no mammals, no animals, only fire, smoke and storm. Slowly for millions of years, rain began to cool the boiling earth. The rain lasted so long that massive oceans were formed, but even the atmosphere was not breathable. The air was full of carbon dioxide, methane, and toxic gases. Oxygen was almost non-existent. A miracle happened in the oceans. The seed of life was born. Tiny organisms started swimming in the water. Some of these, like cyanobacteria, slowly started rising oxygen into the atmosphere. This was change that transformed the face of the earth. Oxygen began to increase and life became complex. Plants started growing, hug forests were formed, and the environment became livable. Then after millions of years, a time came when the earth was ready to welcome those giant creatures whom we know today as the dinosaurs. About 230 million years ago, the first dinosaur appeared on the earth during the Triassic period. Initially, they were very small, some as small as a fox. They could run fast and could also hunt. Slowly, over millions of years, nature began to mold them into big size, power, and diversity. Some dinosaurs become herbivores, carrying massive bodies, while some become hunters with sharp claws and pointed teeth. As time passed, the world of dinosaurs kept expanding from forests to plants, from lakes to mountains. Their region spread everywhere. They needed food, space, and power, and the nature gives them everything they needed to become rulers. So, friends, now come a big twist in the story. Slowly, dinosaurs become the most powerful creatures on the earth, just as the human have dominance today. But this was just a beginning, because in the ages of to come, the size, strength, and mystery of these creatures were going to increase even more. Life on Earth was changing rapidly. Small dinosaurs were now taking on giant sizes. Trees were also touching heights in the forests, and the dinosaurs they began to touch the clouds while walking on the earth. This was the era of gigantism. In Jurassic period, some dinosaurs created history of their size. One of the most famous names among this was Brachiosaurus, about 85 feet long and weighing more than 40 tons. This creature was like walking place. But wait, just we thought Brachiosaurus was the largest. Then come Titanosaurus on the earth. So how they lay down on the field, the entire football field would be buried under it. The neck of these giant creatures were so long that their cloud eat food directly from the highest branches of the tall trees, as if in today's world someone is pulling fruit from skyscraper. Their giant size was not coincidence. It was a strategy for safety, to escape from predators, to reach fruit on tall trees, and to maintain their kingdom on earth. Imagine, friends, a quiet forest where the echo of Titanosaurus footsteps could be heard from after, as if the earth itself was breathing. Trees would shake with their one step, and clouds of dust would rise on the ground. This era was a golden age of most powerful and largest creatures on the earth. Like even golden age, this era was also destined to end. About 66 million years ago, a catastrophic gust was moving towards the earth, piercing the silence of the universe. A massive asteroid. That meteorite was about 10 to 15 km wide in the sky, but its speed was about 17,000 km per. That if it coming in the sky, everything would be over in few seconds. And then a massive explosion hit the earth at Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. Upon impact, everything of thousands of kilometers turns into ashes in the instant. The earth began to shake, tsunami waves, thousands of feet in high, forest, mountains, rivers, everything from the control. The areas where dinosaurs used to roam, where rain clouds played among their herds, the entire world was engulfed in flames. Millions of dinosaurs were the kings of the earth, lay suffering on the burning earth, helpless. Some dinosaurs were destroyed in the instant, some survived in distant areas. But soon hunger, darkness, and clouds surrounded. Leaves began to fall from trees, flowers withered, and smoke and ash the atmosphere from sunlight stopped rising down. Such silence spread over the earth as its life itself hurled downward drawn. This was Cretaceous Paleogene extinction, the most tribal mass extinction in the history. Friends, many scientists believe that one day Earth holds the most painful chapter of the life. Those dinosaurs who ruled on the Earth millions of years finally lost to a small stone from the universe. So friends, this is big end of dinosaurs does not stop here, because now big twist come in the story. But the darkness cleared, the earth began to breathe again. Now the world was completely different, cold, quiet, and without giants, predatory creatures. The stage was now empty, and from the beginning of the age of mammals, these tiny creatures, mouse like and active at night, started coming out in the open. Slowly the environment was changed. The temperature became normal and greenery spread on the earth again. The climate gave the chance to new creatures to adapt this environment. Someone started climbing trees, someone started running on the ground in search of food. Their size started increasing during the primates appeared in the deep forest of Africa, who later became the ancestors of monkeys, gorillas, and humans. About 25 million years ago, the monsoon in Africa began to change. Mountains began to emerge, and cloudness and coolness come into the environment. Dense forests began to shrink and open plains began to spread. This new weather forced some primates to descend into the plains. Creatures walking on the trees now started walking on the two legs standing straight, and this was beginning of bipedal walking, which was the first step towards the human. About the 3 lakhs years ago, the unique species named as a Homo sapiens was born in the part of the East Africa. But remember, this was not only human species. At the there were many humans like species on the earth, such as Homo erectus, who could stand upright, or Homo habilis, who knew a little bit about making tools. But one thing was most different in all of this: the brain of Homo sapiens. Their brain was bigger than others. The power to think, understand, and imagine was faster than all of the rest. And this very gradually took them. Their bodies were also made for hunting. They could run fast, hold weapons, and tolerate hurt. The grip of hands was strong, and the eyes of the sharp because they knew how to identify every danger around the world. Homo sapiens then lived in forests, hid in the caves. They had no permanent home. They searching for food all day, trying to avoid the cold winds near the fire at night. This was their life. They lived in the herds in the small of 10 to 20 people. These herds were like a family, walking together, eating together, fighting together. Every member had their role. Someone herd, someone hunted, someone searched for herbs, and someone looked after children. Friends, and now imagine there was no language, no rules, no god, no king, just hunger, fear, the persistence of life. But this very persistence changed them. The cows stones with their hands, made spreads from wood, and learned ways to begin down animals. This was the beginning of the journey to would take them out of Africa and gradually spread them in all over the earth. The life of Homo sapiens at that time was completely as hunters and gatherers. There was only one way to fill their stomachs: either hunt or find something from the forest and eat it. As soon as morning came, the first task was the teeth. What will we get to eat today? As soon as morning came, the first task was this: what will we get to eat today? Some herd would run after deer, some would reach for bears, roots, wild fruits. In the bushes, hunting was not an easy task. Animals were fast, the forest were dense, and the fear of death stayed with them in every moment. And then, if food was not found, hunger will pass to another night. Many times, these people was lived by drinking only waters for the 3 days without eating anything. Women and children often collected herbs and fruit. At the same time, friends, men hunted with the help of spears, stones, and traps. But this work was not done by alone. Everything happened together because these peoples know alone man cannot live in the forest. For them, food was not just needed, but the line between life and death. And in this race, humans learned to see, hear, and understand. Where and does the animals come? Which plant should not be eaten? Which cave is safe? And where is the scorpions are hidden? This was the life of fast, dangerous, and unstable, but it also had a depth. When it was night, they all sit near the fire. Someone would cook the food, someone would tell stories to children, someone would guess to weather by looking at the sky. Slowly, these hunters were not just hunting animals but were also hunting knowledge, experience, and understanding of life. This was the period of where Homo sapiens started feeling the world for the first time. The forest was no longer just a fair, it was also their school. Every tree, every animal, every stone taught them something, and this learning would eventually bring them out of the forest and make them the most intelligent human for the hunting in history. About 1700 years ago, a revolution occurred in the minds of our ancestors. Scientists call it is a cognitive revolution, an explosion of thinking power. Now human did not just understand things seen in every front of them, but could also imagine what is not seen. He could think about the future, create memories, and most importantly, explain in his thoughts to others. Language was born from here. Friends, imagine when a person saw a lion and in the forest, now the could tells others not just with gestures, with their clear words, there is a lion behind the bush. It has just gone. Don't go alone. This language is not just giving information but for sharing emotions to each other like fear, love, anger, dreams, everything started taking shape in the world. The human started creating not just information but story. A soul lives on the moon. Our ancestors were made of fire. If you cut the tree, the rain will stop. These were not all lies. These were imagination, and imagination was the power with which humans made societies, made rulers, and friendly lied, and finally laid a foundation of civilization. Other animals could never from a herd of more than 15 to 16. There was no mutual trust, but Homo sapiens connected thousands of peoples with a single story. Just as today we all can stand under the one flag or believe in God, its beginning was the cognitive revolution. In this era, art and symbols also come forwarded. For the first time, the painting started appearing on the walls of the caves, of animathons, of mysterious figures. Maybe these were religious beliefs, maybe a glimpse of fear of poor dreams. But friends, this was a clear signal. Now humans were not just living. They were thinking, they were understanding, making memories, and where when humans learned to bring other humans together, language and the wheel of history started spinning fast. This change was not small, brother. From here humans left the world of animals behind and set out on a journey where he could become a ruler of earth and a king. They created gods and even this decide the fate of the earth. When humans step on the ground, it was not a earth but his figure. About 16,000 years ago, Homo sapiens started living in East Africa. Why? Maybe the weather was changing, maybe prey was falling short, maybe a question had awakened inside the humans. What's alien? They first reached the Middle East, then slowly to Asia, Europe, and Australia. But friends, this journey was not just a empty field. In every place, other human species were already present, who lived in Europe, dinosaurs, who were found in Asia. But one thing was clear, Homo sapiens were not just powerful, they were organized, clever and fast in thinking. They made plans together. They lit fires in new areas and they settled in places where no one could survive before. As these people spread, they crossed rivers, climbed mountains, and crossed deserts. About 15,000 years ago, Australia 14,000 years ago, Europe, and 15,000 years ago, reached America. And ordinary creatures that once lived hidden in the forest of Africa had now become the honor of the entire earth. And friends, this was where Homo sapiens learned not just to live, but to settle, create, and start journeys. But there was a heavy price of this victory. As humans spared, mammoths, giant birds, and hundreds of animals become extinct. Everywhere humans want something or other ended. Was this development or destruction? This question still echoes in the pages of the history. Now Homo sapiens was no longer a creature of just one place. They live in Africa. He had reached every corner of the world. But the question was, would we will be able to endure the dangerous conditions of different places? And their answer was yes. And no creature had done this before. When humans reached Europe, they encountered ice winds and minus 20 degrees Celsius cold, and long nights lasting months, where no one had animals used to die in winters. Humans started wearing animal skins, made clothes, kept fire clothes, and adapt them slaveness in caves. He learned that survival is possible not just through the strength, but through understanding and flexibility. When he reached the desert where there was no water, no trees, no shades, so he learned to make shades, learned to dig walls, and learned to walk at night by sleeping during the day. Every region challenged him, and every time he challenged himself. If we look at other animals, no animal can live in such diverse places. But Homo sapiens left their mark everywhere. From the jungle and near the volcano, from the Himalayas and the Amazon. And friends, most interesting thing is that human did all this without any machine, without electricity, without GPS, without maps, without medicines. This was the human's greatest strength, resilience and adaptation. He could endure the weather, could bear the hunger, could mold himself between heat and cold. He changed their food, he changed his lifestyle, and never said, I can't do it. And friends, this is the reason that today if you see human in the middle of the ice in the Arctic and another human in the desert of Africa, don't be surprised, because we are that species that can survive everywhere if there is no presence to stay alive in the herd. Friends, when we first started talking, we said Homo sapiens was born in Africa, and then slowly they came out from there. Now just think, when these humans left Africa and moved towards the world, they are not alone on the earth. On the way, they found many species to other that look exactly like humans but were somewhat different. Among these, the biggest names were Netherlands and Dinosaurs. We had mentioned earlier that they were living in Europe and Asia before Homo sapiens. Until now, everyone used to think that there was a direct conflict with Homo sapiens, and maybe Homo sapiens wiped them out. But friends, now the new research that has come is truly mind-blowing. After 2000 years, when scientists picked up the bones and the teeth of old species and extracted DNA from them, so they found out this story was not just about a conflict. Rather, it was the story of reconciliation of relationships and deep blood ties. DNA test revolted that in today's humans. Example, you and us, the trace of Netherlands and dinosaurs in present in our body. Yes, friends, we are not completely pure Homo sapiens. People living in Europe and Asia have 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA in their bodies. Traces of dinosaurs DNA have been also found in some Southeast and Australian indigenous communities. Now we have big question. When we meet them and live with them, then how did they disappear? Some say Homo sapiens defected them by being more organized. Some says that our population was larger, and some scientists believe that we slowly absorbed them into ourselves. That is, they did not perish, they merged into us. Friends, so far you have seen how Homo sapiens come out of Africa and reached Asia and Europe. He had made forests, rivers, and plain his home. But now a very big twist was about to come in the story, the turning point that broke the all limits of the human resilience and adaptation. About 20,000 years ago, the earth took terrifying from the temperature dropped rapidly. The water of ocean started turning into ice, and a white sheet kept spreading over the entire earth. We call it the last glacial maximum, last ice age. But this did not happen suddenly. Changes in the earth's orbit, decreases in the sun area, and clouds made volcanic dust had prevented the sun heat from reaching the earth. Slowly the temperature dropped so much that the large part of Europe, Asia, and North America were covered with thick layers of ice. At this time, the sea level went down by 120 meters. In many places, the land that is under the sea today was that walkable of humans. Now just imagine, friends, how would humans has survived in so much environments. Humans were there at the time, but in small groups. No city, no farming, no science, just a presence to stay alive. Humans too used to live hidden in caves, hunted animals, searched for roots and fruits, and every day a battle of hope and seeing the next morning. But in the midst of struggle, he learned resilience, learned to real the environment, and slowly show the seeds of change, which were one day going bloom into civilization. After thousands of years, the ice-shaped regiment the earth took turn. About 11,000 years ago, the sun heat started getting a bit of intense. There is small change in the earth orbit. They changed the flow of winds and the direction of clouds, and slowly that ice which had been for countries being to melt. The mountain peaks that were previously covered in the white sheets, now the soil began to them to show. Water flowed down from the glaciers and become the rivers, lakes, and new paths of life. The humans who once ran after prey in the middle of ice now for the first time started thinking about a question, can I stay? Because now the front of him was a greenery, water, and weather that was not as cruel as before. Animals also now roam in the fixed areas. Plants also started giving regular fruits with the seasons. From here, revolution was born who name no one knew though. But today we call the foundation of civilization. Human felt there is no need of flow like ice. He can now stay in one place, can build a house, can show seeds, can raise animals, and can play for the futures. The human have until to yesterday only through observing now started dreaming and Friends, these very dreams were preparing and ground of the coming starting for the agricultural revolution. When humans felt that weather is now becoming stable, rivers are flowing consistently, and fruits are coming trees everywhere, and every season, every year. So new thought was born within him. Can I grow food myself? As small as this idea may seem, it was equally revolutionary. This was the time that when humans pressed the seeds into the soil and waited for the first time. That day, when the first plant of grain emerged from the earth, it was the biggest turning point of the human history, because from here being Neolithic age. Example, the new Stone Age where stone tools were still here, but the thinking was not different from before. Now humans were no longer wandering hunters. They had now become a farmers. Farming started with wheat and barley. Slowly pulses, millet and rice also started being grown. And not just the crops. Now he started keeping animals with him too, like sheep, goats, cows and dogs. The animals he once chased, he now learned to domesticate. From this it happened that for milk, meat and hard work, humans got reliable partners. Now food started being stored. The fear of hunger is decreases a bit, and humans felt time for the first time, in which time he could take children, could make pots, could build permanent houses to live. The Neolithic revolution changed not just life, but changed thinking. Now the villages started farming instead of forest. Communities started farming instead of herds, and instead of running here and there. Humans understood the word for the first time, home. When grain started growing, the fields animals started being raised in houses, and the settlements become permanent. So humans started saving time for the first time. Now all the time was not spent just filling the stomach. Some people still farming, some people brought prey, but some people started thinking about making something new. From here began the era of craftsmanship. Someone made posts by written the soil, someone carved wood to make the weapons, and someone polished stones and turned them into jewelry. But the one day the rock melted in some fire, and new things come out from it. This is the copper. This metal was soft, could be given the shape, and most importantly was stronger than stone. Human made tool from the metal at the first time. Copper axe, spear, knife, and slowly the stone age started being lifted behind. At the same time, humans also learned to wear cloths from cotton threads. He started molding his culture into attire too by hand. Now settlements were no longer just hut, they became the womb of the civilization. Division of work started happening among the people. Someone a farmer, someone a potter, someone a blacksmith, someone a merchant, and all this together was leading towards a new era where not just a field but civilization were going to grow by the riverside. As human moved forward in the era of copper and farming, he had another deep experience, that is water is life. He had known that where there are rivers, only this land is fertile, only their crops will flourish, and only their life can be settled. With this thinking, humans built their first great settlement, and from here was born the ancient river valley of civilization. First is Mesopotamia, the land between two rivers in today's Iraq, Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The land was spared, which the Greek people called Mesopotamia, meaning of the land between two rivers. The very first urban civilization emerged here, Uruk and Babylonian. People here used to make houses from mud bricks, built tall temples called ziggurats. The first writing developed here, that is called uniform script, with which They were trade records, stories of gods and goddesses, and even laws. Hammurabi's code, the world's first written law, was this land. Second Indus Valley civilization developed but silent. On other side, thousands of kilometers away, the Indus River flowed in the western parts of India and Pakistan, and on its banks was settled the world's most mysterious and planned civilization, the Indus Valley civilization. The people here were amazing craftsmen and town planners. In cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, there were straight-cut roads, houses made of bricks, walls and bathrooms in houses, even an underground drainage system, which still surprised the world today. But the surprising thing is also that till data, we have not found any king, any war, any piles of weapons from here. It seems this was a world peaceful trade and craft which was far ahead on this time. Now slowly this civilization started trading with each other. Indus cells reached Mesopotamia and the humans learned that by traveling far and wide, he could spread in ideas, objects and cultures. The era of civilization had begun and the humans were not just longer just surviving culture but had become a creator of history. When the small villages started turning into big cities and people work inside it, so human felt that he need now a leadership, someone who will tell who will work in this field, who will handle trade, who will build the temple and who will trade and who will protect. From here began to construction of the social structures. Now society was no longer just you are all poor, but classes started forming based on work. Farmers who have given grain, craftsmen who made tools and pots, merchants who transport goods far and wide, soldiers who give security, kings and pride who made rules and climbed dialogue with the god. The king was now considered not just a powerful but a representative of the god. He stood not just a chair, it was the center of order. In Mesopotamia, the king used to call himself the son of God. In Egypt, Pharaoh was himself considered God. But friends, Indus Valley was a bit different. No clear king was found there, but someone must God have to go. This planned cities built, and from here began law, tax, administration, army, temples, and places. Now human society now was just a settlement, but become such a structure where place fixed for everyone, and the shadow of the kings was over everyone. But remember, friends, the kings rule not only the sword, but stories and beliefs. Because when humans imagine God, they should their power on His name too. So today's video ended here. And listen friends, I do lot of hard work for this video like editing, script writing, video making, AI video generating, voice recording, and most important the post the video. So for this hard work, please subscribe, like and share this video. And we also do some social work. If anyone donates some money, you can also donate, mention UPI IDs and PayPal IDs mention here. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.